Good evening, and welcome to the fascinating web series where we dive into the obscure world of internet communication, exploring chat rooms and the creepy people that lie within them. All conversations and people in these episodes are completely real, and as a warning, some of the content can be disturbing and some people may wish not to view. With that being said, please enjoy. Discord Predator Hunting.
Good afternoon, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Discord Predator Hunting. Brief update, I now live in Liverpool in England as I'm studying TV and film production here. First of two things, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 100,000 subscribers. That number is still insane to me, so thank you for making that possible for me, guys. Second thing is I now have merchandise available for sale. If you want to get yourself some of that, you can check out the link in the description. Make sure you use the discount that is at the top of the website, as this code is only available for 2 weeks. So make sure you hurry and get yourself some merchandise now. In today's episode, we'll be looking at a 28-year-old man who feels the need to sexually coach who he believes is a 14-year-old girl. Take a look.
Welcome to my 10th episode of Discord Predator Hunting. Didn't think I'd make it this far, but apparently so. For those unfamiliar as to how this works, here's the process. Firstly, I create a fake profile on the application known as Discord, which is a text and video chat service. I set my profile picture as something a girl might have. Like the last episode, it's an anime girl, so we can attract them weeaboos. I then join a load of servers, some of which intended for dating. In today's episode, we'll be taking a look at a predator who goes by the name of Timothy Leary. He's from Missouri and he's 28 years of age. He slides his way into my direct messages, telling me what server he found me in, and then explains he just wants to say hi and what's up. So I reply with the usual, nice to meet you, and ask how he is. He tells me he's up late, a little after 5 AM. As we can see, I also find out that his name is John. After he tells me that, I tell him what time it is for me. 6:19 AM, I say, which he understands means I am from the East Coast of the USA, or at least the character I'm playing is. This time I decide my character, Alyssa, is from Florida, and when I ask him where he is from, he tells me Missouri. We start talking about the areas we live in, and then he wants to know what part of Florida I come from. I just Google places in Florida and decide that I am from Central Florida. Subsequently, I ask him why he is up so late, to which he tells me he is kind of horny and also high. I reply shocked as any young teen would. I now decide it is time to find out his age and also get mine on the table. He tells me he is 28, rivaling the age of one of my oldest predators. So now I know I need to let him know my age. Well, I'm only 14, is that okay? And he tells me that it's fine if we're just talking and stuff. Let's see how well he manages to keep it appropriate throughout the episode, shall we? Next, he wants to know what I look like. So, I send him a selfie of a girl above the age of 18 but looks young, to which he tells me I am cute and also adds it's a shame I'm 14. After I thank him, he explains that he is paranoid, and rightly so. Talking to a 14-year-old girl at all when you're 28 is already creepy enough. Hey guys, just a quick interruption here. If you're enjoying the content so far, make sure that you don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell button so you don't miss any future uploads. Thank you. He explains that I'm too young and asks if I usually talk to dudes twice my age. I explain I am mature for my age, but of course, we all know this makes no physical difference in the eyes of the law. He then makes a joke that I might be a cop, and that I look older than 14 in the selfie I sent, but I remind him that I am indeed a minor. After we discuss our tastes in music, he tells me he is watching a video. Curious, I ask, what video? And almost 20 minutes later he replies, it was just this fetish video on Pornhub, like a fake step-sibling one. In those 20 minutes he must have had some finishing up to do. Moving on, after I ask about the plot, he tells me, the plot is basically the guy's stepsister wants the bedroom instead of the couch. They argue, mum says they have to share a bed. He goes on to describe the setting of the pornographic video and explains that the woman is pretty hot and she teases the guy. He later elaborates that it's pretty funny though, she gives him blue balls then kinda takes advantage. Seemingly, as he loves to tell me, a 14-year-old girl, about how much he loves pornography, he elaborates further. She is sucking him off and then stops before he finishes. She goes to the bed and rolls over, and he kind of just grabs her and shoves it in. Absolutely vile. Is that really what a 28-year-old man should be describing to a 14-year-old girl? No, I don't think so. I react shocked. "Oh my goodness, do you like seeing that?" He says, "I mean, both actors are pretty hot and she acts like she likes it. The girl has such a nice butt and cute perky tits." Sorry, I'm probably being way too detailed. Gee, you think, pal? I tried to get an image of his face, but he is too paranoid to send a picture of it, so instead he describes himself to me. I'm like 6'2", brown hair, blue eyes, beard, kind of a dad bod. Yep, that sounds like most predators. I can send a pic a little later. I just want to know you're legit. As we can see, he's still very doubtful of my legitimacy. He wants to know that I really am a 14-year-old girl, so he may get better acquainted. But then it takes a turn for the worse when he asks me, "What are you wearing?" So I replied innocently and tell him a t-shirt and shorts, which he thinks is cute, then tells me he actually just has a blanket on him. Additionally, he feels the need to let me know that he is naked. He then makes matters worse by asking if I ever go on Reddit. He lets me know that he is currently viewing explicit content involving girls being naked. He is even so thoughtful as to send me some links to websites so I can go check it out myself. Inevitably, he digs himself an even deeper hole as he asks me, "Do you ever watch porn?" After I tell him that I've never watched porn, he says, "That's good," and explains. "I started when I was younger because I was a guy and horny, but now maybe a couple times a month at most. Other times I go months without it. It can create unrealistic expectations." I agree with his theory and say what I think he's getting at regarding the appearance of girls, but he wants to take a minute to talk about how long men can last and explains to me sometimes things feel really good and it's hard not to come, which sucks because you don't want to because you want to make your woman feel good. Later, he wants to know if I'm a virgin, but before we get into that, I first followed up one of his previous statements. So I ask, "How is it tricky and does it hurt?" He tells me, "No, it doesn't hurt. It's just like you can't go too fast or you'll finish too soon. But sometimes even going slow feels too good. It's usually easier for guys to orgasm than girls. Because that's a normal conversation for a 28-year-old man to be having with a minor." And then I answer his previous question with, "Yes, I am a virgin." He then goes on to get curious about the fact I've never masturbated, and then once again goes over his masturbation history and talks about humping pillows. We then sink even lower to the point where he makes a creepy proposition. Well, if you have any questions or need pointers, let me know. Shocked, I ask him if he is serious in that he will practically sexually coach me, to which he tells me, "I mean, yeah, if you want. You can't tell anyone though." After I tell him I won't, he then ceases to make any further contact with me until 10 days later on the 15th of September. "Hey, what's up?" Then again 21 minutes later. So I respond almost an hour later, and then of course he brings up the fact it's hot in his apartment again. I wonder where he's going with this. He tells me he's naked again and goes on to talk about Pornhub essentially winning the game of inappropriate bingo. He then checks up on whether I have pleasured myself again, to which I tell him I was too scared. So he tries asking a different type of inappropriate question. I mean, have you ever humped anything or grinded on someone? I ask, like a pillow? He tells me that is what he is talking about, and so I inform him that I haven't. He tells me it might feel good, you have to get yourself kind of horny though. So I tell him I will try, and then he finishes with, "Okay, good luck, let me know how it goes."
And that's it for another episode of Discord Predator Hunting. Once more before I go, I just want to say thank you guys again for 100,000, I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate the response I got to the last video, it was very positive. For me to be able to keep on making these videos as consistently as I do, I really need you guys to help me out by sharing this video with anyone you can. That means tweet it, text it, share it in group chats, tag everyone in the Discord server if you have to, just get it out there. Anyway, that's all from me. I've been PickSurprise, stay safe and goodbye.
Predator Hunting. In tonight's no wait, because the store is only up for a merch of again in England as I'm studying feet. We'll be talking.